Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. We're going to be doing some Triglavian hunting in the Rattlesnake. What's been happening to me in real life is that there's been a lot of stuff going on. I've been having a lot of exams recently and it's just been a lot of tough work. It's like one of the last semesters of university at medical school, so it's like pretty tough study load going on right now. But it's finally over, finally summertime, time to relax. And actually the time like in between this video and the last video is a bit of a gap because I wanted to do a bit of videos in advance just so that I could have a bit of more time to study. So here we are, we're back here, and just for me it feels so refreshing to be back into EVE Online because I've really not been playing any EVE at all recently. I've been just logging in and grabbing the daily rewards, you know, those kind of like the Omega ones, these ones we've got right here, the skill points, you get those skins as well. Really great like rewards you can get, those skins. I mean, it's amazing what kind of skins you can get there, because sometimes you can get these skins that are not even these like Halcyon Dawn ones. If we go into, for example, Legion right here, we can see that we've got Halcyon Dawn right here. I managed to get this on one of the login rewards. But not only can you get these, we can also get other cool skins. You can get, for example, Purity of the Throne and any other skin. I've not seen any particular patterns. It just seems like you can get any skin on any ship. So one of them you can get on the Legion is actually this Purity of the Throne skin. And the only way to get this is through these daily login rewards. You can't get it on the market in any way. The only way to get Purity of the Throne on the Legion is through those daily login rewards. So just overall, that's the only thing that's really been on my mind when it comes to EVE Online recently, just these login rewards, because that's the only thing I've been doing. But when I was then studying for exams and I was logging into Jita just to claim my rewards, I was in my Rattlesnake a lot, because it was like the ship I was just situated in Jita in. I was like, oh, that ship is actually pretty cool, because I hadn't been using the Rattlesnake for a while, so it just felt good, like, oh, this ship actually looks better than I remember. So what I felt like doing as the first thing when getting back from exams was to get out and hunt some Triglavians in this beastly ship right here, because this ship is a passive fit that I've tested out before. It works pretty well when it comes to hunting Triglavians. Fully passive fit, or I guess like passive as in that we're using the passive regen, but I mean we are using capacitor with these A-type multispectrums, but there's not a whole lot of capacitor being used. Basically passive fit is what I say, maybe not per definition. But the good thing is that I logged off in this station here in Saitsuo a couple of days ago, because I was thinking, okay, when I get back from the exam, I'm going to get Triglavian hunting. And I actually managed to find some Triglavians in here right now. So it's been a couple of days, but they are, like this Saitsuo system, I think is one of the systems that have a pretty high probability of spawning Triglavian wormholes. So I logged in today, it's completely random, and just happened to see, whoa, a bunch of Triglavians here. So it's perfect. I'm going to be checking the Warp 2 locations. I'm going to see here if we can find some Triglavians. Ooh, directly, straight there. Saitsuo 1. Have we got, okay, mobile depot, tractor unit. Okay, good. So, I've got these mobile tractor unit and mobile depot. The mobile depot is so that I can actually refit if I ever need to. Say stuff is getting a little bit too spicy when I'm going up against these Triglavians, I can refit, and I can refit to have a bit more tank. And display passive modules actually, because this is in case you want to refit, you know. Get the shields over here. Get the recharges over here. Actually, I don't think I'll display the passive modules, it's just too many, it's going to get me confused. It's best to be as simple as possible when you go into a little bit more stressful environments such as Triglavian hunting. Okay, so we've got the bad guys over here. Activate Hardeners. We've got full high grade Nirvanas, just an FYI. So this is not a cheap fit we've got going on right here, but it makes us pretty solid in terms of our tank. Okay. Let me just see if I can remember the strategy right here, because I used the torpedoes, the Caldari navies I think is the one I used the majority of the time, just because of tracking issues, and also just because of range issues I think as well. Because I think with Javelin we can get a decent range. And also I think that the missiles are the majority of our damage, because we're using the C3-X. Oh no, we do not want to shoot the direct back. We'll use him as capacitor. We'll leech off this guy right here, because we're going to use him for Nosferatu sources. Okay, pop these Triglavians. Pretty cool. What's the range on the Grappler? 13 kilometers, but it's got a little bit of like a range that extends beyond that. There's the 13 range within, but it's got a little bit of margin of extra range after that 13 kilometers. In fact, the same way like fall off works, similar way that works. Popped. So I think the Caldari Navy is just about better on cruise and below, and I think the Rage is better on battle cruiser and above. The only thing is that the battleships will be the just thing to keep in mind is that we've not got the decent range. The battleships, they like to orbit 40 kilometers, so they'll be able to kite us. We'll probably have to rely on drones there, but I think we could use the Javelin. I'll just check here real quick in the fitting info, as I'm not actually too acquainted with the strategy I was using here last time. Yeah, so Javelin is what we want to use when we're up against the battleships. And even though we've got, this is quite interesting actually, even though we're using Javelin and very low DPS ammunition type, we've still got more DPS in our missiles than drones. Just shows how powerful the torpedoes are. Just overall how powerful this ship is, because we only got 3 damage modules, C3-X, Hivaa, Saitsuo, ballistic control system. Buff our drones and missiles a lot, but I think it gives a bit of better... if we're using torpedoes, the DPS increase is quite a bit more when it comes to our missiles over the drones, just because the torpedoes being overall very powerful, a very powerful weapon system. No, do not shoot the Triglavian, please. Don't shoot the Triglavian. I do not want to take away our Nosferatu source, because I want to find a Nosferatu source or a Triglavian who's got like no kind of debuffs, like no neuting, no kind of guidance disruptor or anything like that. Just want to have plain Triglavian so that I can use him for cap, because he gives a good amount of Nosferatu, and just have as little like side effects of having him alive or on grid as possible. So that's why Rasenborg would be a very optimal type, especially because Rasenborgs just in general, they're weaker. I know they're weak in terms of their HP. I'm not sure about in terms of their damage. I'm pretty sure in terms of their damage as well. Because I get the feeling when I have Harrowing Vedmax on grid, oof, I feel that the vibration in my ship from the entropy disintegrators. Okay. Rasenborg Dammer. No, there's no Rasenborg Dammer. I thought that was a Rasenborg Dammer. And unload the torpedoes right there. So this guy would be better to go with the Rage, but since we've already got it equipped, it just feels like a bit of a waste to switch. Oh, 4K volley wall. Crazy amount of damage you're doing right here. And the tank? Tank is great. Tank is great. I think this Rattlesnake overall looks really cool. I think the Rattlesnake looks better than the Golem. Golem, however, is a lot more effective. Just overall very beastly ship. Seems like we've got this Triglavian being the last spawn, so we'll take him out. Oh, someone saying nice things in chat. Okay, but I'm guessing this is the last... Oh no, never mind. Stop shooting, please. Don't. Oh, he almost died. Just when I think that, okay, you know, it's done, that's it. Then we get more spawns. You know, the good thing about Triglavians is that they rep each other. In this case, it's good, because this guy will now regen his HP, so if we make more mistakes in the future of this battle right here, we might not destroy him, because these guys are probably going to remote rep this guy. And it's also a good time to deploy drones. Drones are very useful to have when it comes to taking out these small guys like Kikis and Damas. Really just... This Rattlesnake is really crazy. So much HP per second. 300k HP. No joke right here. Then you got really good regen. DPS is also pretty decent. Application is pretty decent. Decent amount of range. I mean, not the best range, but drones effectively can hit out to 60 kilometers. Then you got on top of that the torpedoes that can hit out to 45 kilometers. I really like this ship right here. Very expensive though, very expensive, but a very solid ship, it feels like. I mean, that's sort of expected when you're throwing multi-billion amount of ISK on this. You should get a solid ship for that price, but it's all in even line. Even though many times you can just throw money at ships, but it's not always that it's just going to be perfect and everything. There's always going to be some kind of downside to a ship. You can put a frigate and give a really hard bling. It's still going to get one-shot in the frigate abyss to a wrecking shot properly. It's really hard to have really great overall ships, I find. And that's just something I think the Rattlesnake overall is very good. It's got good tank, good DPS. Can get decent application as well. It's one of those ships that I feel is pretty good an all-rounder. It's maybe not the best exactly what it's doing. Like we could use a golem right here, but it's a pretty good all-rounder. Buffer, tank, and DPS. I'm pretty happy with it. Okay, we'll try going for this Leshak right here, just because he's going to pull range of 45 kilometers, so I will want to take him out first before he actually gets too far. That's also a tip we could do right here. Instead of switching to Javelin straight away, try to take him out before he even gets to that point of getting outside our range. Because we do, I mean, a significant amount of damage with our torpedoes right there, 4k volley. So we would hopefully be able to take him out before he's able to get out of range. You see his armor just shattered right there. Absolutely shattered. Okay, the next volley should take him out, I think. Oh yeah, 4.5k. Oh, that's good. This, we'll go for this Rodiva right here with our torpedoes. Drones will finish that guy. Yeah, good. Okay, we'll actually have drones go for the Kiki over here. Kiki Mora. The reason we've got Nosferatu, if you're wondering, is just because, I mean, this cap doesn't look so nice. Even though we've just got passive modules here and we've bit like multi-spectrums, we really don't want to get neutered out, because without these, we have a lot less EHP. Like half of our HP goes away without the Hardener. So we really don't want to end up in a situation where we lose our cap, lose our Hardeners, and our tank is going to significantly go down. Even though we will have okay tank with our Hardeners, we really don't want to go there. Preferably not. And especially if we are at the point where we're getting neutered out, then we will very likely have a lot of incoming DPS as well. Because, just generally speaking, the Triglavian newts are not so powerful, or at least the invading ones. So if you've got neutered out, that means there's probably a big fleet on your ship. Okay, well... never mind, there's another another spawn. Let's see now, I forgot the mobile depot, mobile track unit. Okay, 8 million, not so much. We'll go for these Kikis. That's cool scenery right there. Look at that. You can see the storms on the planet. We'll grapple him. Wrestling Rattlesnake. See our shield animation is constantly active because we're taking damage all the time. Okay, so this guy is not getting so much remote reps. They're not particularly nice or friendly, these Triglavians, to their fellow Drekavac right here, who is almost at fatal levels of HP in this ship. Oh no, our drones auto-aggressed, I think, and just pop the Drekavac. We don't want to keep that this ghosting Drekavac online, or not online, but like alive either, because he's just going to cause so much problems with our tracking. And take out these Leshaks over here. It'll be very favorable to take out. Oh, but this Rasnaborg is almost dead. Must have been our drones. Come on, take him out. Rasnaborg. Leshak. Oh, look at that range on our... Who is the ghoster? This guy is causing the problems right here. So we'll have drones go for this guy. Probably have to switch to Javelin soon. This guy is getting too far. Come on, take out that ghosting Drekavac. He's a ghosting Drekavac as well. He's not like a Rasnamor ghosting Drekavac. He's just ghosting. So he's a bit more powerful. It's going to take a long time to take out. Yeah, you see that 42 kilometers? They're just chilling out there. It's very frustrating when they do that. I guess we can take some cap from him. And the drones, they're very low DPS in comparison to our missiles. And this Drekavac really is not going down. He's taking a lot of remote reps, I think. We've got a lot of HP per second, but I mean, it's going very sluggish right now. And then we have to obviously reload. And our drones decided to stop attacking? Smart berserkers. Smart. This is one of those situations where the Rattlesnake is not particularly good when you go in torpedo style, at least like we're doing right now. The Golem is much better because you can just really focus all your missiles directly on the one that's like Ghoster, for example. Instead of having to sort of split up your drones like this. I mean, I could take the drones and the Drekavac, but then I have to move the drones back and forward and go for this Leshak, then go for the Drekavac. It's going to be quite annoying. And I think I took out our renewing as well, so it should be alright. This Drekavac is not dying. What's going on? It's it has to be the ghosting that's causing the problems, because I think that we're applying a lot worse now because he's got the ghosting on us. My guess. Go for javelin. Oof, he almost died right there. Just go land one more volley. One more volley. There we go. Okay. Go for javelin. Oh, another ghost. And a ghosting Triglavian II. You are kidding me. I just want to apply full DPS to these guys. I guess javelin will do some alright tracking or application to this Triglavian over here, but it's just going to be really a big problem when it comes to knocking them out. I think I might want to just recall my drone, but I mean, our drones are making good progress. They are making good progress. Oh, we've got a Hecate right here. This is the guy who was watching my video. Okay, take out the Damavik, then take out the Ghosting, then we take out the Leshaks. Really, the Leshaks going crazy. They spool up to max DPS now, probably. And this is very dangerous because you do not want to let the Leshaks spool up to max DPS. That's a really dangerous situation. You might want to just... where are the drones? You might want to just have them help out this taking out the Ghosters instead. I think that'll make them go away quicker. Oh, come on. Wait, look at all that HP. Because you can see all the repping power is going away. Oh, the remote reps, I mean. Maybe our drones can help a little bit. Yeah, they're good. Good. Popped. Okay, good. Serves you right. Scrubby Dama. Take out the Triglavian. Come on now. Wonder how much loot we've got right now. Last time I played, there was not a whole lot of loot to be had in the... or like loot to grab from the wrecks. It was mainly salvage. Sometimes I can get really good loot. Sometimes I can go through big fleets and get like, I don't know, 80 million or something like that in the Triglavian server data. This can be worth a lot. You can see here, this is the majority of the ISK right here. Okay, but it seems like the Triglavian going down a lot quicker now that we've got the Berserkers on the case. Go for the Leshak. Take him out swiftly. I'm just curious now. Let's see now. What's the DPS? Because you see here, 1.2k combined. What if we put rage? 1.2k with rage. So it's like with javelin, the drones and javelin is the same amount as just almost just the rage missiles. So that's how powerful the rage missiles are. It's just unfortunate we are not in really situations where we would, like, it would be a good idea to use the rage, just because the rage has such a tiny range, really bad application. It's really hard to make it worth it. Okay, but now that's what I like about the Caldari Navy. It's got like a bit of a compromise. You know, you got good tracking, but not as good range as javelin, but it's still good tracking or application. Get mixed up. You know, application is really the only thing relevant to missiles, not tracking. Because if missiles not tracking anything, it's the turrets that usually track stuff, move around and track stuff. Okay. Take out this Rodiva over here. I think it's about time this spawn ends because I want to salvage our loot. I want to grab our hard-earned loot right here. Could maybe the thing is we don't want to deploy drones when they've got Triglavians on the grid because they're just gonna eat your drones alive. Salvage drones have no HP, so they just die straight away. Okay, good. Taking out the Triglavian threat for now. We don't have any salvages to refit to now. And I mean, maybe it's a good idea that we don't refit just in case. So we have our combat capabilities on standby. And salvage drone is also pretty good. But it would be nice to have some salvages though. I mean, you could just fit 6 salvages in the high slots and you would just get through this so quickly. But the Rattlesnake is one of those ships that seems to be a good brawling type of ship if you tank it enough. I find it hard to, just generally speaking, to get a good brawling Triglavian hunting ship. Just because it's hard to get tank, tracking, and DPS. Tank, or more like tank and tracking. Because you can get Paladin, you can get a really good tank on it. But the thing is, the tank is not so good compared to a Golem. And the issue with the armor tank is that it's hard to often get the tank to continuously cycle. because the armor tanks or the armor repairs use so much capacitor, but then also that it's hard to react very quickly if you're using a non-cap stable fit, because armor repairs take a long time to like get their cycle completed. If you use a shield booster like on a golem, then you just, the moment you click the shield booster, you get a shield boost. But it's not the case with the armor repair. You have to wait like 10-15 seconds until the armor repair cycles and completes, and then you get the armor boost. But then also the main thing is not really the tank with the track or the paladin I have the issue with. It's just the tracking is pretty difficult to have good tracking, and also somewhat decent range as well with their tracking, so you can take out Leshaks. The Rattlesnake is not particularly good when it comes to its DPS, but I mean it's okay when it comes to tracking. You can take out the small stuff pretty quickly, which is important because you want to be able to take out those ghosters. But then this tank is also really good, really awesome tank on this ship right here. So it's just, I mean, I still prefer the Golem a lot. Golem is very strong, a lot quicker doing this activity compared to the Rattlesnake. But I like to use something different. I like the look of this ship. I think it looks cool. It's quite cool to have a really big buffer that's a little bit more gank friendly. Like if someone decided to gank us, it would be a little bit more difficult than ganking, say, a golem with half the amount of HP points. Ooh, we're getting actually a cargo capacity almost at max right there. And this is also a downside when it comes to the Rattlesnake, is your cargo capacity is pretty limited. Marauders are known for having really big cargo capacities because they're sort of, the lore behind them is they're made for a very long time military operations, so they're sort of made to be like a mobile fortress or mobile base, and if you're sort of a mobile base you would naturally want to have a big amount of cargo space. So Marauders overall are just really good for big PvE. Big PvE equals Marauders basically. 21 million, not a whole lot. Grab the survey data is the majority of the ISK. There's 2 million of random filaments I think is what is the rest. Grab this, they're not so big, spacious. Just come on, drone and salvage before more Triglavians come in. Oh, and an issue right here is that we would want to bring our mobile track unit with us as well, but we can solve that by dumping these trinary state things. They take a lot of space, and their value is very low. It's pretty quick cleanup, even though we're just using salvage drones. I'm quite happy with this. Can reload our missiles just in case, just to have it filled up, so we don't need to do it next time. Okay, so this is what we all want to do. Dump these trinary state processes, grab our equipment right here, and just salvage the rest of the wreck and align to a station. Where's the cargo space? Almost full. That's perfect, like a perfectly sized Triglavian wave for our cargo capacity, so we didn't like our capacity wasn't overflown, but our capacity didn't overflow, but it's still alright. Okay, let's dock up right there. So we'll check the total loot we've got right here. Invasion loot. 42 million, what, really? Is that all? No, that can't be all. Wait, 121 million? Yeah, that was it. Where's all the value coming from? Oh, it must be these modules right here. That's all the value is coming from. Where's all this value coming from if it's not from the loot? So 40 million ISK for, I don't know, it's 25 minutes, almost half an hour of work. And not the best. But I think the loot drops, or the salvage drops, could be a bit better. Could have been more favourable. So it can definitely be better than that. But the Rattlesnake is also not pretty quick at getting these sites done or these Triglavian hunting done. It would be a lot quicker if we were to use something like a Golem, for example. But I still think this ship is really cool overall. I just like this ship. I like flying it a lot. So that's some Triglavian hunting. Getting back into EVE Online. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.